And so, ladies and gentlemen, we are back again. At this time, we are still talking to Faith. And Faith, I hope you can still hear me. I am going to try and reduce my volume just a little bit. There we go.
Yes, I can.
Oh, fantastic. I'm excited now. We had a bit of a technical issue. But this time, I'm hoping that you're loud and clear. So let's go through your book, Faith. Your book is very interesting for me because what you are doing is you're writing to yourself. No, you're writing to your son. He's 8 years old, and you've got very interesting topics. I want us to jump from one topic to another. Let's start with this matter on sex and sexuality. Why would you write that to your 8-year-old son?
Because he's going to grow up to be a man. At a certain point in time, he's going to know about sex and sexuality. So as a mother, I would rather he hears it from me, not from anybody, or through experimenting in the corridors and under the bridges with the boys and just getting on with it without knowing what I think about it as his mother.
And so would you give us a little preview of what that conversation looks like in your mind?
So it's boys want to experiment and they want to know about things.
Say that
At a
again.
certain point in time, I said, how boys want to experiment about things, and when the body starts to change,
That's right.
they want to understand why they are feeling a certain way, and they might want to follow through with that and actually partake in the whole sexual activity.
Wow.
So,
I'm in awe of you making that kind of decision to say, this is what I want my child to know about sex and sexuality. I'm really, really excited because I can only imagine what that felt like as a parent to sit down and talk about this to your child.
it's very scary because what young people don't understand about sex is that there is spiritual ties connected to sex, and
Right.
the whole thing is more like taboo. We don't discuss this. It's not allowed, period. But kids will be kids. They'll always go out of their way to try and find out what is it about it that is so forbidden.
Okay.
You know?
Wow, very exciting. This for me is really a life-changing conversation, without a doubt, to have that with your children. I also I'm going to see what page this is. This is page 29. And I think it's a subject that many people don't want to talk about. And you've entitled it Dreaming. What are you saying to your child in dreaming?
Okay, I'm telling him, I'm encouraging him to dream big, to never stop dreaming. It's like when we grow older, we stop seeing the possibilities through having our dreams. When I was young, I knew I wanted to be a flight attendant, for example. So I always envisioned myself in the sky. This, to me, this dreaming, to be better than what I was and to be where I wasn't at that point physically, to say this is what I want for myself and is it possible to achieve that? Is it attainable? So I'm encouraging him to never stop that, even if when he grows older,
Right.
to always see the possibilities and always believe there's something good yet to come out just around the corner.
Fantastic. I must say, I'm going to play a song really quick, and this song is a cover, and I am jealous. I am jealous of you. I'm jealous that I haven't written a book to my children, and I think I must. And for that reason, let's listen to this song by Taps, and Taps is singing the song Jealous, and Jealous was originally done by Labrith. So Faith Mundiwa Chipangura, who is joining us live on After 5 Radio, and you're with Coach Taf, the radio coach. Super excited that we can be talking to you, and we are on Reckless Verses. And by the way,
Yes.
Faith is you're very critical, aren't you, about these Reckless Verses? And so
Well, I'm quite opinionated.
you're very opinionated about these, and I like the way you take it so personally sometimes. And so while we talk about that, I was just looking at your profile, that you are a spiritual motivational publishing author, poet,
Mhm.
transformational speaker, mentor, a
Amen.
certified life coach who's passionate about serving people in the society, in the body of Christ. Where do you get the time to
Mhm.
be all this and also write books?
I have no idea. It just happens. Honestly speaking, if I said I know where the time to manage all those things, to me, it's not really work. It's like it comes effortless as a way, like, for example, when you breathe, you
Yeah.
don't think about that you're about to breathe, do you? It just happens. So that's how it is. For me, when I put my mind to it to say, this is what I'm going to do and this is how I'm going to do it, to see the world changing to become a better place through kindness, through however way I can contribute,
Right.
I just go for it. And yeah.
So Faith, I like the fact that you are actually are a consultant as well. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the things that you do are just incredible. And you also,
Mm-hmm.
we're profiling one book today, but
Yes.
your first book is called I Am Enough. And you
Yes.
also have a
Yeah.
book called Dungeons. And today we're talking to the book Letters to My Younger Self. So let me just give
Yeah.
our audiences just a quick list of the chapters. So we've got self-image and self-awareness, self-love,
Mm-hmm.
self-respect, and self-confidence, balance,
Mm-hmm.
emotional, spiritual, mental, physical, and financial, relationships and
Yeah.
friends, support systems, family,
Mm-hmm.
fitting in, and all. Let's talk about that. That's on page 26. What is fitting in
Mm-hmm.
and all? What are we talking about there?
All right. On fitting in and all, I realized that growing up, there was something different about me. Well, I grew up in a developed community. That is, my mom is in development. That is Shona.
Yeah.
So I always fought so hard to fit in because I had a different surname. I was taller than the other kids. I was confident than the other kids, and I spoke my mind, which was always different. And all the times I find myself fighting within me to fit in and be accepted through reducing to become what is acceptable in their eyes and neglecting who I truly am. So I'm addressing that here on fitting in and all to say never dim your light for others to come and accept you. Be who you are confidently and bravely without intimidating anyone. And
Wow.
everyone rise up to come and meet you to
Wow.
your point because it's liberating to see somebody who's confident without rubbing it in on anyone's skin
Right.
or just becoming too big headed about it. But just stay in your lane, embrace yourself as you are without cutting yourself short to be accepted by
Fantastic.
other people.
Fantastic. I mean, I think that's a huge thing that a lot of people want to fit in and all of that. And after that,
Mm-hmm.
we've talked about dreaming. You've got education. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
every mother is definitely going to be talking about education. But Faith, let me ask you a very difficult question. And here's the question.
Yeah, sure.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
writing letters to my younger self, and you're writing this book to your son. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of felt like, ish, isn't this taboo? Are you saying goodbye? I've had topics that I would have loved to write and give to my children, but ndinochka kuti ndakuenda against our African tradition hatitaurizve zviro zvakadaro kunge takuda kufa. I mean, did you have that thought in your
No.
mind?
No. I never had that thought in my mind. If anything, to me, I'm unorthodox. My approach is just different. My name is Faith, and I live by faith that I'm going to have a long life. I'm going to have to live and see my grandchildren and even great grandchildren, God willingly.
Yeah.
But this for me is coming from a place of love because I want my son and other young people whom I see myself in, like I said. I
Right.
emphasize on that to say young people whom I see my younger self in.
Right.
I would like for them to hear this, not because I'm saying goodbye to them or because I feel like I'm gonna die. I'm not
Right.
dying anytime soon.
Well, that's very exciting. And then you come to a topic that I love on page 32, that's
Mm,
mindfulness. And a lot of people
mm,
don't understand this topic. This is a very big topic, in particular, when we
yeah.
look at the COVID-19 epidemic and the social
Mm,
psychological effects that it has. Can you just give us a
yeah.
little insight into that book? But before you give us an insight, is your book
Mm.
available on any online platforms?
Yes, yes. I'm available on Amazon with all the three books. If you check for Faith Mudiwa Chipangura, the author on Amazon Books, you'll see all the books there. They are available on Kindle version. I think it's for $5. And
Wow.
then as well as in Zimbabwe on Markham, it's an online platform that's just emerging, and they are selling my books. They are available as well. And
Fantastic.
then mhm.
Well, I'm excited because you know what? Tell those
Mhm.
guys who've got anything to do with online that our sales team is waiting to receive their advertising. So it's sales at
Okay.
after5 radio.net. If they can just send us, we will be more than delighted to advertise them. So let's go quickly back into
Mhm.
mindfulness.
Yes.
Tell us more.
Well, to me, mindfulness to me is an extension of awareness to be fully present, like in a moment on whatever you're doing. You find that people have this thing of dividing their attention, and they're here physically, but mentally and emotionally they're somewhere else.
Yeah.
So I'm gathering the whole person to say, I want you to be present, my son. I want you as a young person, whoever you are listening in, to be present in everything that you do. Put your mind to it, put your heart to it, put your soul, put your spirit, and let your physical being be into it. So that's what I'm addressing here to say, breathe and feel present, not to be absent and be worried about what's going to happen tomorrow. Be here right now and experience now for now.
Wow. I
Yes,
mean,
without missing out.
Faith, I'll tell you one thing for a fact is that your
Mhm.
Morora is going to be very excited if your son pays attention to that because indeed, a lot of people, a lot of marriages have got divided
Mhm.
attention. Umwane ngachifunga
Yeah.
bhora, umwane ngachifunga my bills, and all of that. And here you are, you're telling a son. I mean, man, I promise you, I'm excited because I already bought your book in advance. And so this is a
Yeah.
chapter I'm going to sit down with my sons, by the way, and teach them.
Mm-hmm.
I've got two sons,
Yeah.
as you're aware, Ano Tadeshe, Emmanuel,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and Minana
Yes.
Joshua.
Yes.
And these boys, I've been watching them. I've been keeping an eye on them as a dad, and I see how
Mm-hmm.
they love their gadgets, Faith. Kids of
Mm-hmm.
today love their gadgets. I mean, what do we do with
Yes,
these
they
kids?
do.
I know. And so, because you are setting up your son for a Murora, I'm going to play a song by Hilsey called Murora. I hope you enjoyed this song. Let's go straight into it and hear it out.
Thank you so much.
I think that she's the one. I really wanna be with her. I pray that she's the one. I'ma try to love one last time. Bangwendiye murora, bangwendiye murora, bangwendiye murora, bangwendiye murora, bangwendiye murora. Bangwendiye murora, bangwendiye murora, bangwendiye murora, bangwendiye murora. Baby, give me the green light. 'Cause tonight is the last night I'm in the city, and I want you to be mine. Hands down, no surprise way. Wakakosha, already told you you should know your worth. Wakakosha, run out though I'm based in a diaspora. Usazo sare, uchinyewa ni mawe makora. 'Cause you're dealing with the best in Africa. I'm a little, listen to what she said. Tell me more about yourself, girl. I only got your name. Are you here with your friends, girl? I really wanna to, 'cause I wanna leave the city knowing you are mine. Usachka nditatoka ndiwe murore wa mine. I wanna leave the country knowing you are mine. Usachka nditatoka ndiwe murore wa mine. I really wanna be with her. I pray that she's the one. I'ma try to love one last time. Bangwendiye murora, bangwendiye murora, Pamwendiye 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 murora. Baby, give me the green light. 'Cause tonight is the last night I'm in the city, and I want you to be mine. Anetika, anochora muzura, izimbira mudara nangura. Kana kutsime anonochera mvura, ichora kadenga anopenya seswa. Akanaka usina kana nekupoda, tikanzigara naye ine unoda. Baba wake akapuma ini nomtora, amai wake akapuma nomura. 'Cause I wanna leave the city knowing you are mine. Usatya ndichadzoka ndiwe murora wamai. I wanna leave the country knowing you are mine. Usatya ndichadzoka ndiwe murora wamai. I really wanna be with her. I pray that she's the one. I'ma try to love one last time. Pamwendiye murora, 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 pamwendiye murora. Baby, give me the green light. 'Cause tonight is the last night I'm in the city, and I want you to be mine.
So, Faithers, we played that out. You are still live on After 5 Radio, and you're with Coach Taf, the radio coach. Super excited that I can be hosting Faith Chipangura, who is the author of the book, Hansi, Letters to My Younger Self. And she wrote this book to her 8-year-old child. And we just dedicated that song to her because she's got a chapter there about mindfulness. And Sakari, we just want to pray for you. I think I should call you Pastor Faith. Pastor Faith, for thinking about the ladies out there who are going to be met. In actual fact, you have a Murora who's already called in right now. And her name is Janice. She's one of our presenters. And Janice says, oh my gosh, that's a tweetable quote. And when you said, my name is Faith and I live by faith, it says, hey, that's a tweet. So, and she's kind of single, but I'm just because age difference, ne distance, I go UK and all of that. But that was talking earlier on. I think I make a voice so no mami muno dere wano wari miri muno adere. So to dilate zemu diaspora guess. Makaunzira ku diaspora muno tore.
No, we'll deal with that when we get there.
All right, so as we come to the last segment of our discussion with you, we're so excited, Faith, that you could come and be with us and share some insights on your book, because we think that these are very important things that we must talk about how, the things that not only should we talk to our own children, but you were saying you dedicated this to your nieces and nephews and all of that, and that's really, really exciting for me. And then after the chapter mindfulness, oh my gosh, you go to react or to respond. So
I've realized as I've been growing older and becoming more mature that in the past there's certain times when I reacted instead of responding. So when I'm saying to react or to respond, it's more of an encouragement to say stop before you do anything in any conversation. Either somebody has ruffled you up or something has gone wrong and you engage emotionally. Stop and use your mind. weigh the situation, gauge it mentally, and say, is this worth it? Because it's very easy to react riding on emotions, and then when they wear out, you've got nowhere to stand. But
Right.
when you stop and gauge it mentally and use your mind to respond and weigh, either should I respond to it or should I just let it be and keep quiet, hold my silence? So
Wow.
that's where I am. Yeah.
Wow, 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 wow. I don't think that's for your 8-year-old. It's for the 80-year-olds in here as well who are joining us from all over the world. 60-year-olds, 50-year-olds,
Yeah.
40-year-olds, 20-year-olds,
Yes.
and all sorts.
Mhm.
And that's a really exciting one. And forgiveness. I won't talk about forgiveness. You got right there compassion and kindness.
Yeah.
We talked about sex and
Mhm.
sexuality, leadership, money and power.
Hmm.
Pastor Mother
Yes.
tiudze kuti pamani and power pamafilatra nyaya iyi apa chimbotiudzaiwo tinzwe.
Have you ever noticed how money and power are interlinked? If you've got money and you go kumusha in a funeral, one vanotonzwa newe kuti what's the program? Because money already gives you that power automatically. So
Wow.
here I'm just bringing out that thing yokuti nyangwe ukaita bag, don't lose your head. Because
Yeah.
power is going to be automatic as long as you've got money in your pocket.
Right.
You take off the money, you lose the power. You
Right.
put the money in the pocket, you gain power. So
Right.
more power comes more responsibility. Don't find yourself losing your head because you need too much sense to show my kind of you've got a whole lot of millions.
Right.
Be a grounded person and find yourself being considerate of other people, regardless of how much money you have in your pocket.
So tell me, Faith. I know you're a coach, but how do people get hold of you? You are loaded. How do people get hold of you, Coach?
Either on my social media, I'm on Facebook and I'm on Instagram. I'm on LinkedIn as Faith Mudiwa Chipangura.
Right.
And on all those platforms, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. So
Yeah.
they can get hold of me there. Yeah.
But you know, I can't help but think that there's a whole lot of your story in this. Hansi, accountability, time management, timekeeping, being truthful.
Yes.
Mama,
Yes.
muchiku advisor, mwana erekana kuti you are now dealing with your own issues there.
No, I've dealt with them. So I'm sure you would know this very well. We've dealt.
Oh, this is really exciting. I see other topics there like hard work, technology, internet, social media, marriage, divorce, dealing with violence, dealing with heartbreaks. Oh my gosh, I need to read that chapter. My gosh, that's a powerful chapter just for me. And I must speak to my younger self. Dealing with loss, dealing with suicidal thoughts. Woo, mommy, you went deep there. Page 71.
Yeah,
Ko indawa ipapapo mama inda.
You know, on suicidal thoughts, unfortunately, this one is very close to home and I'm still healing from it. I lost a cousin of mine who's 19 during this lockdown period.
Oh shit.
He poisoned himself and he killed himself over a girl. And that one really hit me hard. And I thought to myself, I was with my young brother, the last one working for baby during that time when it happened. He's 20, he just turned 21. And I sat down with him, crying with him. No matter what happens, no matter how bad it is, he would come to me like, we sit down and we talk about this. And I've from experience, I've dealt with suicidal thoughts. I've been there and I've done that.
Right.
And after healing from it, I didn't realize that's how bad it is to the point that someone very close, one auditor did that.
Shame.
He killed himself and he's normal because of a girl. So yeah.
Was it because of a girl?
Yes, it was.
Well, I'm really sorry for your loss, and I like the fact that on page 68 you then deal with that concept, which is dealing with loss, dealing with suicidal thoughts, HIV and AIDS, alcohol, drugs, you and other people's things, etiquette, grooming, open advice, mistakes, falling and rising. Oh my gosh, this book is a gem, and unfortunately our time has run out. Would you have a last few comments or things you'd like to say to our audience who are on After 5 as we continue to broadcast from all over the world. Man, and thank you for tuning in. I'm glad that today you spent quite the morning today and afternoon tuned in, Faith, on After 5. But any last words to our audiences?
Yeah, I would like to say to them, may they continue doing what they're doing. It's good, especially continue being in that lane and continue just trusting God and staying grounded in everything that you do. Because if you lose your head, by tomorrow, those things that influenced you to lose your head are going to be gone, and then you stop and reflect, and you lost so many people. Value the people who value you. Be in the business of encouraging other people, not breaking them down. Kindness is the way to go, and read the book. Yes, buy letters to my
absolutely.
Read it.
Absolutely. So remind us again. Can you give us your contact details so that if anybody would like to buy your book, and you can just send the commission to After 5 Radio. We are more than happy to collect it. So just give us one more time your contact details. How can people get hold of Faith?
Okay, you can get hold of me on all social media platforms, on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. I am Faith Mudiwa Chipangura there. And then you can get hold of me on email through phoenixconsultancy86@gmail.com, or through my app directly for business. It's +263 775 388 608, +263 775 388 608.
All right, so thank you so much. And I forgot to ask your son's name, the inspiration behind this book. What's his name?
Oh, his name is Tafadzwa.
Tafadzwa.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to end this session with you, and I'm going to play a song from Bongo Muffin Inonzi Kura Uone, because I'm from Kura Uone. Thank you so much, Faith. God bless you, and we'll get a hold of you soon to review some of your other books. Thank you so much, and goodbye.
Thank you so much for having me. Bye.